I told you that Formula One's most dominant driver today, the man who seems unstoppable on the track, was once just a boy who lived in a caravan, raised under brutal pressure, and forged into a warrior by a father who had already burned his own shot at greatness? What if, behind Max Verstappen's cool, fearless exterior, lies a story of obsession, wealth, betrayal, and a secret twist that changed the entire course of his career? Stay with me till the very end, because the truth about Max Verstappen is not what you think. This is the forbidden story of Formula One's most feared champion. Maximilian Verstappen was not born like most children. He was born into speed. His father, Jos Verstappen, was a Formula One driver in the 1990s, known for raw talent, but also a career plagued with controversy. His mother, Sophie Kumpen, was one of the fastest female karting drivers of her time. From the very beginning, racing wasn't an option for Max, it was his destiny. While most kids played with toy cars, Max learned to handle real ones before he was even tall enough to reach the pedals. His father's philosophy was simple: to create a champion, you have to break a child before the world can. And so began Max's ruthless training. Jos Verstappen didn't raise Max with love and patience. He raised him with military precision. If Max made a mistake on track, Jos would leave him behind. There's a famous story. After a poor karting race in Italy, Jos left young Max at a fuel station on the highway, alone, crying. Was it cruel? Yes, but it created steel inside the boy. Every day was war. No birthday parties, no school trips, no childhood. Only racing, racing, and more racing. By age 7, Max was already destroying older kids on track. By 12, he was competing internationally. His father had sacrificed everything: money, family, reputation, to build Max into a machine that could never break. When Max entered the world of Formula 3, people immediately knew this kid was different, aggressive, fearless, reckless even. At just 16, he was racing cars that adults twice his age struggled to control. By 17, Red Bull took the ultimate gamble, promoting him directly to Formula One. No one had ever entered F1 that young. Critics called it madness. Commentators laughed. Rivals mocked him. But then came his first race. Overtakes, bold moves, zero fear. The boy wasn't there to participate. He was there to dominate. And then history happened. (2016) Spanish Grand Prix. A 17-year-old Max Verstappen replaced Daniil Kvyat at Red Bull Racing. Nobody expected much. But when Mercedes teammates Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg collided on the opening lap, opportunity opened its doors. Max seized it. Calm, calculated, relentless. Lap after lap, he defended against the mighty Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen. And then, the unbelievable happened. At just 18 years old, Max Verstappen won his very first F1 race, the youngest winner in Formula One history. The world had a new superstar, and F1 would never be the same again. But greatness never comes without enemies. Max developed a reputation: dangerous, ruthless, a driver who would risk everything, even crashing just to win. Rivals accused him of arrogance, the press branded him a hothead. But behind the wheel, it worked. Year after year, he grew sharper, colder, more unshakable, and in 2021, the world witnessed one of the most controversial seasons in F1 history. The battle, Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. It came down to one single lap in Abu Dhabi, and with a decision that shook the world, Max Verstappen became world champion. For some, he was a hero. For others, a villain. But one thing was certain. He was the king now. With victory came fortune. Today, Max Verstappen earns over $55 million a year from his Red Bull contract, sponsorships with brands like Jumbo, G-Star Raw, CarNext, and more. His lifestyle, ultra-luxury, private jets, multi-million-dollar mansions in Monaco, supercars from Aston Martin and Ferrari, and even his own racing simulator setup worth more than most people's houses. But here's the twist. Max doesn't spend just to show off. Unlike many athletes, he invests. He owns a management company. He's deeply tied to Red Bull's empire, and he's building wealth that could one day eclipse even his racing legacy. But the true shock, that wealth almost never happened. Here's the part no one talks about. Years ago, before Red Bull picked Max, another team had the chance to sign him. Mercedes. Yes, the very team of Lewis Hamilton, but they hesitated. They didn't think he was ready. They passed. Imagine if Mercedes had taken him in. Hamilton and Verstappen, teammates, not rivals. History rewritten. Billions of dollars in sponsorships, championships, and fame, all changed by one decision. That single moment of hesitation from Mercedes handed Red Bull the greatest driver of this generation, and handed Max Verstappen his empire. Today, Max Verstappen is not just a champion, he's a dynasty in the making. His dominance is rewriting Formula One history. His wealth is multiplying. His name is already cemented in motorsport forever. But the question remains, is he a hero forged by destiny, or a ruthless machine built by obsession? One thing is undeniable. From the boy abandoned at a fuel station, to the man flying in private jets worth tens of millions, Max Verstappen has lived a forbidden story of speed, sacrifice, and staggering wealth. And the final chapter? It hasn't been written yet. Because for Max Verstappen, the race is only just beginning. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe to Forbidden Stories, and stay tuned, because the next forbidden tale may just change the way you see the world. Click below to watch our next forbidden story now.